You saw that right. You read that right, ladies and gentlemen. We are officially engaged. I cannot even believe I am making this video right now. I knew I was going to make this video, but I did not think it would be now. But she is a whole fiance and she's beautiful. We're going to get into all the details. I'm so excited to be making this video. I'm going to give you guys the scoop because let me just tell you, they got me good. My friends, my family, my fiance, they got me so good. I had no idea, and it was the best master plan that they could have ever came up with, and it's actually a really funny story looking back at it now. So I am going to give you the scoop. But if you are new here, my name is Sam. It's nice to meet you. If you couldn't tell, I recently got engaged, and we're gonna get into all of it. This video is going to have clips from some of my friends, from my fiance getting the ring for the first time and scoping out the proposal spot. My loved ones, they just know that my love language is documenting things and pictures and videos, something for me to look back on. And they just did it so perfectly. And now I get to share those clips with you. So this video is going to have a whole bunch of things in there, but I'm so excited to share it with you. And if you are new here, we're gonna be planning a wedding. So if you want to stick around and be here for the wedding content, then I would love for you to join the family that we have going here, because there's going to be some fun stuff coming and I'm so excited. So let's get into it. So if you're type A like me, when it comes to your proposal, you're probably going to think, oh, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to know when it's going to be. I think like I'm going to plan my outfit. I'm going to plan it all, right? That's what I thought, and I was very much wrong. And I have learned through that process that, you know what, it's so much better when you don't think like that. At least everybody's different. But for me, I'm so glad it was a surprise, because the story is just, it's so much better. I was convinced with my whole heart that this was going to be happening on October 18th, 2025. And it actually happened September 14th, okay? So I was quite off, and I was so sure of it. I was like, it's gonna be a Saturday. We're so busy. So like, those are one of the few weekends that we have free. I bought a dress that I was gonna wear that day that I now have to return. And everything about the day that it happened, I would not have changed a single thing. I did not, this is, my French manicure is new. I did not have that when I got proposed to. I had like nude nails, but they were a little bit grown out. But that's okay. I told everybody in my life, I said, if anybody tells me, hey, you need to get your nails done, like, I'm gonna know. I said, nobody can mention my nails. I'm usually very on top of my nails. No one can tell me anything. And even that I wouldn't have changed, because everything was perfect. The dress that I wore, I've had it for years and years and years. And now that I think about it though, I've never been like photographed in it. There are no pictures of it anywhere. And it's one of my favorite dresses. And I was comfortable. It was just, I wouldn't have changed a thing. It was perfect. So let's get into the story of how this happened, shall we? We got engaged on September 14th at like 2 p.m. And 2 days later, the 16th, is my fiance Joel's birthday. So for the last month and a half or so, I thought that his friends, with a little help from me, were planning a surprise birthday lunch for him. So that was what was on my calendar for weeks. That's what we were working towards. I had been texting his friends about it here and there. And so we go to church. Well, he plays softball the morning that it happened. He plays on a softball league on Sunday mornings. He went and played softball. Then we went to church, all the normal things. And he was being like very quiet and like grumpy that morning on purpose, I now know. But in the moment I was like, what's wrong with you? And so he was being really grumpy. He was like, I overslept. I'm really tired. I didn't have my coffee. Come to find out, my best friend told me he did not oversleep. He woke up nice and early. He sat down nice and peaceful with his coffee. He claims he was not nervous at all. He was just so at peace the whole day. So we leave church, and I had to go drop my car off because we took different cars. So we went to go drop my car off, and I said, okay, I'm gonna drive to your brunch, and that way you can, you know, enjoy, like you don't have to worry about driving, parking. Like let me treat you, right? Because I never get to do that. And he was like, no, I want to drive. And I was like, I held my tongue a little bit, but I was like, what is wrong with you today? Like, just let me drive. An important bit here is that 2 weeks before this lunch, Joel tells me that his friend, who I had been texting with back and forth to plan it, he goes, oh, he accidentally let it slip. And so in my mind, I'm like, oh, okay. So he thinks it's just gonna be like the four of us, but he doesn't know everybody else is coming. So I was like, okay, at least there's some element of surprise there. But now Joel knew that we were going out for his birthday. Okay, that's very important. So now we're driving to the lunch, and his friend who I had been texting with again, he texts me and he said, hey, the boys are all running really late. We need to time it so that they can get there first, and then you guys can walk in so it's Joel is surprised. He said, I'm gonna call him right now and tell him to meet us at a nearby park. I have the girls with me, his little kids. I have the girls with me, so just tell him to come, like, we're gonna come here, just whatever I say, just play along with it. And I'm like, yeah, of course, I got you, no worries. So he calls Joel. Mind you, this is all rehearsed, I later found out. So Joel answers, and his friend goes, bro, like, I forgot what excuse he gave, something like, you know, his kids are getting picked up by their grandma, but the grandma's running late or whatever, so just meet us at a nearby park. It's really close to the restaurant. And Joel has him on speakerphone, and he goes, no, like, let us go to the restaurant, we can hold the table. You know, such a little actor that he is. And I'm over here like, no, let's go to the park, like trying to help his friend. Let's go to the park. It's gonna work out fine. The timing is gonna be great. We'll be fine. So long story short, we make it to the park. Beautiful park. But again, I had no idea, guys. I'm not thinking anything of this, okay? There's a playground there, which is where his friend said he was. So we're looking at the playground, there's nobody there. So Joel asks this random man at the park, oh, excuse me, is there another playground, like, in this park? And he said, yeah, there's one on the other side. Mind you, he knew all this, okay? There's another playground on the side. So we start walking, and to get to the other playground, we had to walk along the water. Now, at this point, I was like, why is this taking so long? Like, where are they? Now I'm thinking, like, I don't even see them. Like, what is going on? But I still really didn't think anything of it. But then I'm looking at the water. I'm like, this is really pretty. But I didn't think anything of it. And then, which funny thing is, he bent down right at that moment, right in front of the water to tie his shoe. So he was on one knee. And I almost made a joke, but I didn't. I just let it rock. But at this point, I was like, this is a little weird. So it wasn't until like 30 to 60 seconds before that I was like, oh wait, this might be something that I was not aware of. So then we walk a couple more steps, and I'm looking at his pockets now. I'm looking to see if there's a box or something. I didn't see anything because it's 2025. Things are so modern. Look how slim this is. This is the box that it was in. So I couldn't tell. It was in his pocket behind his wallet. I couldn't tell. I had no idea. So we walked a couple more steps, and then he grabbed my hand right in front of the water. And he was like, you know, the boys aren't coming. And right there, my heart dropped in a good way, in a very good way. But my heart like dropped, and I was like, oh, this is happening. This is happening right now. And he said, thank you so much for trying to plan a lunch for me then. And then he went into his whole, it was a very short speech. To be honest with you, I blacked out a little. I don't fully remember what he said, but I do know it ended with, I love you so much, and will you marry me? And I was sweating. I was stunned. I was crying a little bit because I was just so, they got me so good. My friend, who is a photographer, popped out of a bush and started taking pictures. And of course I said yes, and I hugged him and gave him a kiss. And I was like, you can hear me in the video. You can hear me say, I'm so mad at you. And I think I said, like, I thought I was in control here. Oh, I'm so mad at you.
I know.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, I love you.
Or something, because I really thought I was planning the day, and let me tell you, I was so excited because I never really get to like treat him like he treats me so well. He likes to give rather than receive, and I was like, oh, this is the one day where like this is gonna be a surprise for him and he's gonna feel so special. So I was really looking forward to it, and then the tables turned, and turns out I was not in control at all. And again, I would not have changed a thing. I was wearing sneakers, an old dress, and yet it just felt so me. And he was all dressed up too, but I thought he dressed up for the thing. So it just kind of worked out. It worked out perfectly. And so a couple weeks before that, he had went to the park in the middle of the workday somehow, and to like scope it out, and he got a map, and he drew on the map, I think, to show the photographer where he was gonna be, and he just wanted to scope out the park to see where he was gonna do it and get feedback from like his friends and stuff.
But believe it or not, I just arrived to the park that I will be, hopefully, the weather's gonna hold up. We'll be popping the question on that day. So I am going to be taking a video of the park, sending it to Jackie, Drew, getting some feedback, and yeah. So we shall see.
And it's funny, my dad was telling me actually that he asked Joel, what's plan B, like if it rains? Because he had planned this for weeks. He was like, what's plan B if it rains? What are you going to do? And Joel was like, nope, there's no plan B. He was like, it's not going to rain. It's going to be fine. It's going to be a beautiful day. And it was the most perfect day. So let me show you the ring. I love her so much. I don't even know if it's going to do it justice. The band is kind of twisted, which I did ask for. And it is a round, I think it's a 2, 3, 6-prong round solitaire with a 2.1 millimeter band, I believe. I love her. It's just so me. So I did know he was working with somebody. I knew we had talked about rings. I had showed him some pics, like inspo ideas, and he did work with a private jeweler. So I'm so blessed because she's kind of like one of a kind, which makes her so special. And she's so beautiful, and I just love her. I really do. He did so good, and it is a low setting, which is what I wanted, meaning it doesn't come up too high because I didn't want it getting like caught on things. There's no hidden halo or anything. She just sits in that low setting bracket. So I didn't tell you guys, but I knew he had the ring because we're pretty open about things, some things apparently. I knew he had the ring, but I just didn't. I didn't think this was happening until late October. I truly didn't. But I did know that it was coming. Anyway, so after we did take a bunch of pictures for maybe 10-15 minutes with our friend, the photographer. She did the pictures are better than I ever even expected possible. I'm so obsessed with them. As of right now, I haven't even seen all of them. I've just gotten like a sneak peek, but we did like a 10-15 minute session of us walking in the park and sitting on a bench, and they're just lovely. They're so like us. It's just the colors, the background, everything is just perfect. Obsessed. I wouldn't change a thing. I've said it so many times. I'll keep saying it. Wouldn't have changed a thing. Joel did document the day that he picked up the ring for the first time. I'll put that in here.
I just picked up the ring. It looks absolutely beautiful. At least I think. I got all the paperwork and everything here. This is the box. It's a thin box, which is awesome because I can actually hide it. I didn't even know they make these. But let's see which way. You can't really tell with there's no really sunlight, but yes, it is beautiful. I think she'll love it. The twisted side, 2.1, 2.2, that's exactly what was recommended. So it is a little thicker, but it looks perfect. And yeah, we're all set, ready to rock and roll.
I had said to him a long time ago, because again, we knew this was gonna happen one day. I said, it would be so awesome if you like documented, you seeing the ring for the first time or something, just because I love to do that. And my best friend, Marissa, who made a beautiful video that will be at the end of this video, she asked him as well, like, document everything so that I can make something for her because she knows me so well. And he was like, Sam already asked me. I know. So everything was just documented, which makes my heart so happy. So then afterwards, I had a feeling what was coming because a long time ago, he asked me, what would your proposal day look like to you? And I didn't have too many specifics, but I said my perfect proposal day would be, maybe a more private proposal part, but then I would love to see family and friends somehow afterwards to celebrate. And so at that point, I was really hungry, okay? I thought I was going to a lunch, and so was he. He was hungry too, so he was like, don't worry, we're gonna eat. And then he put a address in the GPS, and we went to the restaurant where we actually had our first date ever last summer, and our family and friends were all in there. So it basically was like our bridal party and a few intimate friends and all of our family. And it was basically like an engagement party. There's no need to have an engagement party because everybody was there. There were decorations. There were like name plates. There was a seating chart. Like it was very, very legit. And I walked in and I didn't cry too much at the proposal, but I did like really cry when I walked in because I saw like my parents and my mom was like a little teary-eyed, and my dad, once I saw my dad crying, then I just waterworks. Like I felt really crusty and busted that day because I was crying. I was like, do I even have makeup on still? But it was so worth it. And we sat at a table with our parents and my sister, and then his siblings were there. Everybody had their own little table. The food was phenomenal. Everybody was just so happy. It's so special to be surrounded by people that want so much good for you and get equally as excited for you as you are about what's happening to you. If that wasn't English, but you understand. It was just so special. We took pictures of everybody. Joelle did say a few words to thank everybody for coming, and I did as well, but I couldn't really speak too much because my voice was still quivering a little bit and I didn't want to cry again. But I just basically said, you know, our world is in this room right now, and we were just so thankful and surrounded by so much love. And that is a day that I wish I could relive, and unfortunately I never will be able to, but I have so many pictures and videos and ways to kind of relive the day. But it was perfect, it was wonderful, and I was like, how do I have to go to, like, I had to go to work the next day like it was normal. And you know, it's so funny too, after the party and everything, we loaded up the car with the decorations and everything, and I was like, not to be like unromantic or anything, but I have to go to the store. I was like, I need food for tomorrow, and I also have 0 toilet paper in my apartment, so we need to go to the store on the way home. And so that's what we did. Before we even went home, we went and bought toilet paper and fruit, and I'll put a little picture here of us shopping right afterwards. And that is just so us. That's just me, you know. Real life also has to happen, and it was just perfect every part of the day. And so those of you that have been with me for so long, like, you have seen me in my single seasons, in my heartbreak seasons, in seasons where I thought I was with people that I thought were gonna be endgame. Like, you guys have seen me through so many chapters, and I just want to encourage you, because I know you guys have gone through similar things that I do, and I still get breakup advice questions like to this day, because it's a real, true, hard thing to go to, and so, or go through. And if you are going through something like that, or are still making your way out of a season like that, I just want to encourage you that everything happens in its right timing for a reason. Joelle and I got out of our last long-term relationships before each other around the same time, and while I was grieving and hurting and healing, he was doing the exact same thing at the exact same time. We just didn't know it. And we both always say that had we not been in those relationships, and had we not gone through the type of breakups that we had, we would not love each other the way that we do now. So just be encouraged. It gets better. It sounds cheesy, but it's really everything for a reason. And the next morning, you know, I was here and I did my quiet time with my ring on, and I was just really just like reflecting on like all the times I had sat on the couch and prayed for my future spouse before I even knew who he was. And just God's so faithful. Whether, I don't know if you pray or not, but if you do, just pray, because he's so faithful. He wants the things that you want for yourself, and when the timing is right, the things will happen for you too. And that's with anything, whether it's a relationship, a job, a house, a friendship, whatever it is, like, everything just happens exactly when it's supposed to. So I just wanted to encourage you in that way. That is the Cliff Notes version, and I am going to leave you with a 4.5 minute video that my best friend Marissa put together, who I really have to shout her out, because she was the one that tag teamed with Joelle the last 2 months in planning this. She went above and beyond with decorations and planning and just everything. The ASMR version of this video that I'm gonna make, I'll show you all the things that she made and everything that's gonna be on my other channel. But she just went above and beyond. So I don't know if you're watching this, but if you know how much I love you, I don't have to say it. And to all my friends who took a part in planning this day for me, like, I haven't felt that loved by so many people in one day as I did that day. And it was just, I'm just very blessed and very thankful. And my family, my parents, everybody just went above and beyond, and I'm so grateful. I cannot watch this video without crying. I could cry just thinking about it. She sent me this video the night of the proposal at like midnight when I was laying in bed about to go to sleep, and she said, hold on, stay up for a few more minutes, and she sent it to me, and I was bawling in my bed, bawling. And every time I watch it, I cannot help but cry. So Marissa, I love you, thank you. And to all my friends who were part of this, Joelle and I love you very much. And with that, I will leave you with the video.
So today I got a text from my best friend's boyfriend that said, very simply, in invisible ink, because he's so dramatic, bag secured. Now I immediately knew what he meant, so I called him on FaceTime. I'm freaking out. He's telling me to calm down. I'm in tears. Sam, if you're watching this, today, July 22nd, Joelle bought your engagement ring. T-minus 2 months until you're a fiance.
So as of today, Your mom does know. I talked to her briefly about it, about the day that's coming up, September 14th, which you think it is a birthday for me. Little do you know, that is the day that I'm going to be asking a very important question.
One month until you're engaged. Congratulations, Sam and Joelle. We love you both, and I'm so excited you found your life partner, your best friend, and the person to make all life's memories with.
I just picked up the ring. It is beautiful. I think she'll love it. It looks perfect.
Three weeks to go. Love you guys.
Believe it or not, I just arrived to the park that I will be, hopefully, the weather's gonna hold up. We'll be popping the question on that day. The only open area, I would say, is...
It's 2 weeks into your secretly getting engaged. Can't believe we kept the secret for so long.
Congratulations.
Can't wait to see you.
It is now 1 week until Sam gets engaged. We are so excited for you. We're so excited for you. We love you beyond belief. And I can't wait until you're so surprised.
Taking a peek. Check myself out here. All right. We are officially ready to rock and roll. Here she is. By the end of the day, or by the time you see this video, this would already be on the finger, obviously. I'm praying and I'm hopeful that it's going to be everything that you would have envisioned and wanted. So with that, signing off here. I gotta go get you now. And yeah, by the time you watch this, we'll be starting to talk about planning a wedding.
It is hot
Yes.